Hello everyone and welcome to Gatekeeper Infinity. If you remember, about a year and a little bit ago, I did a game called Gatekeeper Eclipse. Now this is kind of like a follow-up game. That was, I believe, a sort of demo. This is a bigger demo for a full game that's called just Gatekeeper that came out, I think, like a couple of months ago. But this game is basically the same as the last one, except there's more characters to choose from and yeah, more stuff to do. There's even multiplayer, which works very good, but I'll get into that as you go on. Basically what this is a top-down twin stick, sort of survivor-like, roguelike, sort of also. Let's just hop in and see. So you get 4 characters you can choose from. In the old version, there was this character that you had, and if you were lucky, you completed everything, you unlocked this character. Now there's 2 more. Now, I haven't played this in quite a while, but me and my friend did quite a lot of runs of this. I think I've got about 30 hours in this by now. So let's hope I can remember what to do. Now, if I remember correctly, this is like a ranged spellcaster. This guy has got a big hammer. This guy is a normal character, which is probably a good one to start with. And this one, is this the melee one? It might be. Let's try the melee one, just to get a feel for it again. So, as I said, this is basically like a survivor-like, but unlike normal survivor-likes, this has levels. There's things you can unlock and buy. It's also, as I said, twin stick. So I use either a controller or, in this case, mouse and keyboard. One keyboard move using my movement keys, WASD, and then the mouse to attack. So I've got my right click, as you see, pretty good. My left click is my basic attack. You can hold it in or just tap it if you want. Now, if I remember correctly, this guy's F attack, it's basically its ultimate, is pretty good for single target, no, more than single target, but I think especially for single target, you'll see as we go on. I've got 1 evolution. As you see, the time does not stand still, so I have to actually quickly choose what I want to do. What I want with this character is attack speed. If I get enough attack speed, he gets really, really strong. I have to remember to use my right click also a lot. There we go, attack speed. Oops, I accidentally used my F. So I can buy, how many do I have? I've got 6. These are currency you carry over. Let's just get that for now. It means I've got... okay, so that's also something. The characters play quite different, just as a little heads up there. So for instance, the other characters, I think it's most of the characters, if you do dash, which is your space attack. If you use dash, it dashes whatever way you press your keyboard. This character, on the other hand, dashes into your mouse. Wherever your mouse is, and it gets it's quite a thing to get used to, but it's fun because this dash actually does do damage there, so which is strong, but it is, as I said, something to get used to. Let's do some health regen. What I kind of want with this character also is some life leech. See there, I dashed right into the enemies. Let's use my F also. Now, most of these levels have got secondary objectives also. For instance, this one is just kill everyone. And then you activate the corium, which takes you to the next level. Let's get some more attack speed. What I want to do first is, you'll see these markers on the map or on the screen. They are where you can buy stuff. You want to stack up on these things. Damage to enemies is more than it. So this is pretty good, but I'll take the adrenaline first just to get my health up quite a bit. So one of the things that I bought earlier, I don't know if you saw it, it increases, there's different items that increases each of these, the amount of times you can use it before it has to recharge. So in this case, I got the one that makes me be able to dash twice. So I'll use that. Restore HP per second while health is below, which is pretty good, but skill cooldown way better. So let's go into the core room. I think that is all the items anyway, so next level. And you want to get as much as you can, because the final levels you fight a big boss, which gets pretty overwhelming. If you remember the first version, the devs in this game, I don't know if it's more than one dev, but they're really great. In the first version that I played of this game, I had quite a few complaints about the controls, especially I believe you couldn't aim where you shoot, or there was something where if you aim a certain way, it shoots the whole screen instead of exactly where you want to, or it was the other way around. Whatever it was problematic because you have to aim a certain way. And within a week, the devs actually fixed that and updated it. But this game runs like butter. As you can see, it looks beautiful. Just a freaking great game. Okay, so activate Cell of the Agent. And let me just see, I've got 5 more. Maybe I can buy something. As soon as I start activating that, the main mission starts. So I want to buy as much as I can before that. When out the triggers explosive, which is pretty good. Increase damage to enemies within a radius. Since I do close combat, it's pretty good to choose that. And there's a lot of different, I think I've unlocked most of the stuff, but there's a lot of stuff that you can unlock. And since this is increase movement speed, since this is a let's go, let's look at it again. Let's give it a go again. That's what I mean. We will be comparing it to the old one, as I said already. There's so much more, and since this isn't even the final version, the final version does cost money, but it's not a lot. I think it's like $5, and $5 at least. In our money, it's a little bit more than that, or equivalent. It's actually, I think, cheaper. Let's upgrade that. But for as much entertainment as this, as so far this game has been free, which is freaking amazing, man. I believe you can still get this version, which is free. And as I said, you can play it with friends, so it's freaking good, man. Now I still have to get Gatekeeper and see what exactly is new in that. If there is a big story or overarching story with it, and what has changed? Has the gameplay changed at all? Because, as I mentioned, the gameplay changed a little bit from this one, or from the previous one to this one, but not a lot. So, activate the monolith. Got 3 monoliths to activate, but I need to find keys first. And keys drop randomly from enemies. So, some of these levels can go pretty quick, depending on your drop luck. There's a key. And also, it's not... I believe... Does it have a risk of rain feature? I can't remember. As I said, it's been quite a while, man, since I've played this. I think I've played this quite a few months ago. But I'm not sure if there's a mechanic like risk of rain. The longer you take, the more difficult enemies become. But I do think there is something like that in it. Because I do recall enemies just getting way too hard, or you getting overwhelmed as you go on. But it might just be when you go to the infinite mode. If you complete a run, you get the choice to complete it or go infinite. And just see how far you can go. And that is pretty fun. I've completed quite a few cycles when I play with my buddy. And it does have the feature where if you play multiplayer, if one of you dies, the other one can still complete the level, and then the other one, the first person respawns again. But he would be pretty underleveled if you get a lot of drops and stuff from one area, especially if he dies very early into the game. It can also be pretty frustrating if you're the one having to wait for it, but that's a skill issue, man. If you die early, you're gonna have to suffer for it. But as I said, okay, so there is this camera pan. You can turn a lot of it. There's camera shake you can turn off. I did turn that off just in case people get motion sick. This one I just realized can also cause people to get motion sick, so I'm probably going to turn that off now. Because I do have some viewers that get motion sick. Let's just quickly check. Settings. Camera shake is off, camera offset, I believe, is it? Yeah, no, unfortunately, I cannot see ahead, which makes this way more difficult for me, but for the sake of this video, I will keep it off. And then we're going on to the third stage. I can't remember exactly how many stages. I think it might be 6 or 7 before you get to the boss. And the levels are randomized, mostly. Like the layouts and stuff are mostly the same, but in which order you get to there, the enemy types on each level can get random. There's some secret levels you can get. Well, it feels like secret levels because you almost never see them. Get attack speed. There's different, completely different areas. Very diverse. And as I said, this is, again, a free. This is like an early access version of what I feel like the real game. Except the early access is free. Or it was at least. I don't know if it's still free or still available actually to get. I'll check afterwards and I'll leave the link down below. As I usually do with my Let's Give It a Goes. But since this is Let's Give It a Go again, I'll put the real link also in. You can see I might do a video on that also. If I get enough views and people are interested, just let me know. Because honestly, I'm actually pretty curious myself. This was also one of my first big booms in videos views, which I enjoy pretty well. Increase the radius of this. Or every third strike. Yeah, every third strike doing 150 times, 150 damage, 150% damage is pretty good. But you can see there below, there's little squares there, so you can get your attacks pretty strong. And the final level, if I remember correctly, is really strong. And that's the way most of these survival-likes or roguelike should be. You should feel the power when you go to a final level. It shouldn't just feel what's the word? Like yeah. It shouldn't feel like a minimal thing where you get every level and only like 5% extra damage. And the final level should be like a big difference, man. Inconsequential, that's the word. I'll get to it. Yeah, some of these enemies also, the types, I haven't explained it yet, but the enemy design is pretty cool. They look like some of the Risk of Rain type final area of Risk of Rain 2 final enemies. Some of them look like really disturbing. This is pretty good. The bosses also, that's at least the bosses that I've seen, are pretty good. One of them is a big walker thing that comes at you pretty slowly, but with a lot of unending enemies. In the final boss wave, the enemies just keep on spawning. These are towers that I'm not sure. No, this is not the obelisk at teleport. This is just the guy that stands there and damages you, depending if you're close or far. Let's get more cooldown again, so I can just use all my attacks more often. Again, I'm trying to get some sort of leech or something on this attack, because then I can just face tank most of the enemies with this attack here. Let's buy something. And I do believe you get it from this. Creates a zone of radius of 6 units around the bearer, dealing. So let's test that. So I do more damage already when I'm close. So this should increase the damage again. Multiplicatively, hopefully. Multiplicatively. Now let's just blast him. Blast them to smithereens. One enemy left. 2 enemies left. Oh, there's one at the bottom also. Oh, it's these statues. That's why. But anyway, this game is great, man. As I said, I haven't got a lot of things to critique about this game. The first version of it, I had some problems, as I said earlier. The controls were a little janky. The hitboxes, I believe, were a little janky. It was extremely difficult. It took me, I think, like 10 runs before I actually beat my first run back then. Critical damage heals. Critical damage heals. I should probably have gotten critical chance also. But yeah, it took me quite a while to beat that. And this one is not as easy. I'm playing only on 100%. I have completed the most difficult one also. But it's not that difficult, but also not that easy. So new people will probably fail their first couple of runs. And then they'll get used to it, know when to upgrade everything, when to do this, when to quickly rush for next level. This character also, I think, has a little bit more HP than the normal ones. The spellcaster woman, she's a ranged attack, and she, I don't think she has almost any health, man. Each hit restores, so this is the one that I wanted. If you get enough, attack speed, you heal way more than you do damage, or take damage. So this is sell the engines again. I'll buy some stuff again. Shield module might also be nice. I'm upgrading all over the place. So enemy damage to enemies with less than, and I've got one where I do more damage to max level enemy or max health enemies. But I don't have enough for this. Let's just take the extra health. As I said, there are towers that use this also, and you can reroll with it. But I think this is the metric prediction currency that you use. Yeah, I can't buy anything yet. Where you upgrade stuff afterwards, or you unlock stuff in between. I'm trying to remember now. As I said, I've already unlocked everything. I think I've got 100% of the compendium or whatever you want to call it in this game. Have I got unlocked? Let's go for more health. Oh, another level. Or did I just misclick there? Would not surprise me. I do want to kind of rush this run so I can get another run in. Just with another character, so I can give you a little sneak peek at that. But the problem with this is runs in games like this usually take a while. And that's what some of these Survivor games they're supposed to be quick and easy, what they call it, toilet break games, but some of the people just designed the survival-like games to be so slow that even a 20-minute run actually lasts like 40 minutes. Get more damage. Again, I feel like my damage should be at least 50% more than, not my damage, my attack speed should be at least 50% more than it is now. I think I've got a key. Yes, I do. I haven't got some of the bad ones yet. There's one where you have to survive in a circle. I think that was in the first version also. And the longer you survive in the circle, there is a circle to seal it. Basically, I think it's like the Risk of Rain circle at the end of each level. After you fight the boss, you have to wait inside the circle. And this is also something like that, but except every 25%, I believe, you charge the circle. You get a curse on you or something big happens. So either meteors start falling from the sky or enemies start spawning infinitely, and every 25% they are additive. So if you get a curse now on the first 25% for enemy spawning, then at 50% those enemies will spawn again plus the new curse, and at 75% those enemies will spawn plus the second curse plus the third curse. So it can get pretty bad if you get some really bad stuff there. There is one that I think just kills every enemy in the circle, which is pretty nice. So there are some good ones there also. But mostly just stuff that makes your life difficult. So I'm basically just farming these guys. I don't know why. I've got the key. I don't think I've got the last key. But I will check. You can see the enemy levels also going up. I'm Evo 14, which is basically your level. And the enemies are also right around there. I got 2 evolutions waiting. Restores the maximum of 5% of maximum HP for each figure. So I can heal by dashing. Also, each crow hitting restores health. That's good. And then I just increase my health because it's a percentage that it restores. And the more health I have, and the more health it would restore. Nice. More health regen. And getting that little shield also gives me a buffer where I can recharge some of my health while the shield is up. But let's go to the last tower. Okay, everything is done. There's some more currency up here. Again, I have to remember to dash into my cursor and not away. There we go. Now, when I played this with my friend, we used to swap between the classes a lot. And then this dash thing really gets on your nerves. Because you just get used to one character's dash and then completely different type of dash. Which gets frustrating if you are, as I said, swapping rapidly between them. Each run, we're playing a different one. But if you're just focusing on one character and unlocking everything, then it's fine, man. In fact, it's pretty nice to have some sort of diversity in the attacks. So, sorry. That is nice also. Charge totems. So, I think this is the one with the totems. But I don't think there's supposed to be only 1 per level. There's supposed to be 3. Trying to remember now how this works. Okay, the enemies are also all level 70. Yeah, this is the totem. So, you stand in the circle. At the beginning of each turn, restores 20%. This is a really good one. Restores 20% of my max health. And that's every 25% of it, I think it said. Or was it 30%? We'll find out right now. As soon as I get there. Now that's 20%. Spirits emerge from the totem. Okay, so we've got a homing spirit thing that blasts you to shit. If you stand still and it hits you. I don't think it does like instant kill damage, but it is pretty devastating. And it is homing, but also you are faster than it is by default. I think this is the slowest character. Maybe see, now we get reinforcement, so guys spawning. Which is good, not having this as the first curse. Just because it's a lot less enemies to fight if this is one of the last ones to spawn. Another level up, more attack speed. I could use some more movement speed. Summons current planets rampants. Ooh, we got big bosses. I almost died from one shot there. These guys are super tanky guys. Again, luckily this is the final one that spawned. If these spawned every 25%, I would probably be dead already. Now I can just kite them and kill them that way, and it's probably a good thing. I do believe they drop that currency. It might be Tara. That's the boss. Is this the final level? Final level of the first area. Defeat the siren. Which one is the siren, man? I can't remember at all. I'm going to play a little bit conservatively and just use this and this against the enemies. Because you saw how devastating those guys' punches were. I do need to get more right-click recharges. And I think you can very rarely get the ultimates. Ooh. Okay, this guy is pretty easy, but he does drop homing bombs. You can kill the bombs. Like that. Oh, don't stand close when that happens. I might take some movement speed now, just so I can outrun these guys. Again, I want to kill those guys pretty quickly, and it's not happening by now. I am full health again. So those guys that almost killed me with one shot, they do split up. As you can see, there's now a lot of them. And there's also the boss, which is terrible. And now I'm cornered, so let's just hop right through. And while he's doing this, it's probably a safe bet. Oh, now get out of the circle. Oops. Threw that right in there. Okay, let's see if I can at least kill this guy. They do spawn into even smaller guys, which is troublesome. If I can stand this side and lure them over. There is a shop here. What do you have? So these are, as you can see, you buy them with this. They are sort of more special upgrades. Little drops, slain enemies, stealing. So these things, if I believe it, if I kill an enemy, it drops something. Yeah, and that explodes. So it drops a little blue thing, and you can get big change from that. If I can actually get some kills in a group. Oh, I'm dead. Well, I definitely should have paid attention there to my health. But that means I can actually show you, see the add Gatekeeper, add to which list. So, game is already out, guys. You can go check it out. But before that, let's check another run. Let's try, I just did a melee run. So let's do that with a normal guy. Let's do landing again. So you'll see, hopefully we get a completely different looking area. Yeah, this looks very different already. There's some grass, some beautiful grass. So this guy, this was the problem. In the previous version, I had it in reverse. In the previous version, the guy shot wherever you aimed, which is like this, but it stopped. The bullets stop right at the cursor. So if an enemy is there and you're in haste, you don't have time to aim exactly on the enemy. You just shoot it vaguely in the direction and hope it hits him. Where back in that version, you basically had to keep your cursor on the enemy at all times. Even overshooting it means you're missing him. So that was quite a difficult challenge. And as I said, the devs basically fixed that almost immediately. Now, people that saw my first version of this should recognize these enemies. They are absolutely from the first version. I have no idea what they are, but they're an interesting type of enemies. And we've got these spider mines. I need a little bit of movement speed just so I can outrun the spider mines. Because they are trouble if they explode on you. There is a boss that drops a lot of spider mines. My right click is a big, like, eagle thing, I believe. That explodes. Okay, so a little bit more and then we'll focus on damage. Because I do believe this, the bullets are way less damage than that other guy's damage. So at the moment, now there triggers an explosion. Now, push back. These all seem terrible, man. Let's reroll. Okay, I might go for one of these, but I need more money. I don't usually use my currency to reroll, even though that's a good thing to do. Purely because at least at the start you need those currencies to unlock stuff. But I've got a lot of access now, of excess now, excess currency. So I can actually just spam a little bit, and I do need some skills that is actually useful for this character. Now again, you can just farm enemies here at the start for currency, buy stuff, or just go further. But luckily for me, the mission is to just kill all these enemies. His F attack is also not as strong as the other one, but can be very strong if you upgrade it all the way. It can bounce quite a bit and take out like 2 big enemies. It's very bad against single target. Oh, what did I do? Oh, I actually did. Very bad against single target, but against groups it's really good. Okay, this one unleashes chain lightning. Sounds good. You can hear the bzz, bzz. Hopefully you can actually. Now I think about it. The game sound actually might not be connected. Let me check this on the recording. Give me a little bit there. How about now? Is the sound now? Hopefully. So I'm gonna choose this. I'm gonna take some more damage. 8% the gain for this character is not a lot. There's 3 enemies left. There doesn't seem to be any more upgrades, so we'll just go for the enemies. You don't always see all the upgrades on the map also. You might have to move around the map a little until it's like in a detection range. But man, this game is great. I've actually missed how much fun this game is. I'm pretty sure my friend, after he sees me release this game, this video, is gonna want to play this again also. Let's see. So, chance to deal critical damage. This is a big thing. So look at that, 10% extra chance to deal critical damage, and each extra stack is 5% extra, which is good. Ignite is also good, and lightning strikes. I'm gonna save for that. Just having the crit is pretty good. Oh, activate the salvage engine. I was about to say, where's the enemies? I did just fall off there. Come on, salvage agent. There we go. So now we have this level. Here's the teleporting towers that I mentioned earlier, and they're also from the first version. They do these beams, but you can just hide behind stuff. They do teleport after you, so you have to be aware of that. But nothing too difficult. Do my little F there. Whoa. As you can see, the F bounces nice between the enemies, but they don't do a lot of damage, and especially against these mines, they're pretty tough at the start. Okay, I've got all the keys that I need. Shells increases my attack damage by 50%. Let's just do that for now, and some attack speed. Yeah, now I do about as much damage as I did with the blades with the previous build. Come on, can I use my F? There we go. There we go. And I believe this guy's special. Each guy character has a passive. This guy's one, yeah, gives me a second chance. So if I die, I revive once. The other guy had some rage that give me regen, I believe. Awkward damage heals, so that's gonna be good. Oh, this is the attack speed one that I also wanted, but I need the crit one first. Where was that? It's this one. Yeah. It's only got one currency left, which is not good. And again, I can spend some time to farm, but the enemies are gonna get more difficult later on. I don't think they get the more difficult in this area, but they do get as soon as I leave for the next area, then suddenly they're way more difficult. I might be wrong on that also. Speaking out of my ass there. As I said, I can't remember this. It's been quite a while. The last video I released on Eclipse, Gatekeeper Eclipse, was about a year and 2 months ago. I believe I saw. Maybe even before that. So this game has quite a bit of development since then. I believe this version came out December, and then the full version came out in February. Something like that. The Gatekeeper one, the plain Gatekeeper. But yeah, it's really good, man. Let's activate this one. So I only have one tower left. And then I do need a little bit more currency. I say a little bit more. I've still got 1, 2, 3 shops to visit. And at least one of them has something that I need that costs 4. Just get rid of these towers. Ooh, ooh, ooh. There's some money, there's some money, whatever you want to call it. A little pyramid triangle thing. Oof, okay, so let's just go buy some stuff and then we'll leave. And I'll end the video. Because I can't make my recordings too long anymore. If you've watched any of my other videos that I released recently, I've had a lot of hardware failures, or hard drive failures especially. That's why I haven't recorded in quite a while, because I had a limit of maximum 10 minutes per video, and I can do 10-minute videos if I edit a lot, but you also need a shit ton of space to edit videos, and I do not have that. So I had to do quite a bit of workaround using external drive now, just so I can get something out, because it's my birthday this month, and I want to celebrate my birthday month, man. Last year I wanted to do it when I was at my prime, but I got sick right at the end of September, and I was sick for like 2.5 weeks, completely ravaged, and didn't even have my voice back then, so lost my voice. I'm not sure if elemental damage is going to help me there. Let's upgrade base damage, and chance to additional projectile. Okay, so let's do something with all the other stuff. Burning enemies, more damage to burning enemies. Well, I have to start actually burning enemies before that actually does extra damage. Okay, but let's go for that final thing right there. Do I have enough? I've got 7 more money, so I can actually buy something here. Increase damage to enemies in close range. I'd rather take the extra health regen. Oh, more money. More money. Ooh, so much money. Okay, so these enemies have actually upgraded to level 7, as you can see. But I'm a level 11 already. So I'm going to have to upgrade quite a bit. We'll see if that happens right now, as soon as I enter this. There we go. So all the enemies way harder now. And I do know the enemies level up way faster if you choose the more difficult one. They have more health, more everything. Kill them all, 60 enemies. Yeah, they're level 10. So as you can see, you can't just dilly-dally. The enemies do scale up pretty quickly with you. And if you, as I said, play this multiplayer and one of the persons fall behind and the other one decided to spend a lot of time leveling at one section, the other guys are never going to recover from that. Primary attack, launch extra projectiles. Oh, this is fun. This is a Risk of Rain type of mechanic. This game reminds me so much about of Risk of Rain, except just so much more fun. There we go, there we go, there we go. And as I said, it helps that it's free, this version. There's no reason for this to be free, but I'm not going to complain, man. All critical attacks heal. Definitely want that. Okay, just trying to get these guys out of the picture. So, what is that golden? That's a special statue, isn't it? The one that... Ooh, ouchie. Oh, this is the one that gives an support thing. So I can either get this thing that does... It's like a turret that follows me. Or these little spider mine things that follow... Oh, I don't have enough cash for that. But it's like a little spider mine that follows enemies and blasts them. It does respawn, so... Really good. I need more cash, not less cash. So don't spend it on crap. More base health. Sure. Give me more health. Why not? I still don't have... Even with all health upgrades, I still don't have as much as the close combat guy was. The melee guy had. I don't see any blue crystals. That's all I'm looking for now. But as you can see, this guy, he dashes in the direction that I aim my keyboard direction. So that's pretty confusing. I only got three still. I still need to kill 20. I don't think I'm gonna get that. I need 4 currencies from only 20 enemies. Let's throw this in. Does give him a little blast. One more level. So again, bonus elemental damage. So I'm gonna need this. So I can ignite enemies with my right click and then also use my F on it to do 50% extra damage. I'm gonna have to remember that combo. Where are the last enemies? There's money. Here's an enemy. There's an enemy. Ah, nice. I need 2 more, right? No, 1 more. Okay, so they're on fire and getting that extra damage on them. Unfortunately, the F charge is a little slower with this character, I believe, than the other character. Maybe not. It just feels slower because you want to spam it more often. The other one feels, and I think is, way stronger than this one. Especially when close combat, because the bullets home in. So let's check. I said I was going to take the swarm pendant. Somewhere, I don't have any money. Somewhere is a cannon that shoots those homing bullets. Is it over here? No, it's all the way around. So just follow the bullets because, as I said, they're home in towards me. There's one. More damage. I got 40% more damage now. There you can see this little Spider-Man thing. Ooh, there's 2 more. I'm doing quite a lot of damage. These guys usually take a little bit more heal than I'm giving it. It's still not enough though, but as you can imagine, it's way easier to beat the boss with this character because it's ranged. So you just give it all you got. Edge of the continent. See, that sounds so epic. Only 1 cash. Let's activate the salvo engine again. I'll try and see if I can make it to the boss again. This video is already, I feel, pretty freaking long. I forgot to have the sound on for half of it. Okay, let's do my F there. Again, the enemy is already level 14. I'm still 2 levels above them. But it could have been way worse. Okay, I got 1 key. I'm gonna try and rush through this one. Here we go. There's another key. And use my F. Yeah, against the small enemies, the F works very good. Works well. There we go. Where's the Fang totem?